Hey everybody, so the NHL roster freeze has lifted and we have got some moves to talk about. There is a lot happening right now. We've already had a couple trades, some signings, and we've got more trades apparently in the works as well. But to start, one of the first things that dropped and definitely took me by surprise, I think took a lot of people by surprise, was a trade between the Carolina Hurricanes and Detroit Red Wings, sending goaltender Alex Nedeljkovic to Detroit in exchange for Jonathan Bernier and a 2021 third-round pick. I was not expecting Nedeljkovic to be traded by the Carolina Hurricanes, and I've got to say, I really don't understand what Carolina is doing here. There's got to be some other move in the works here with the Hurricanes that this is kind of like a precursor move for, because this move in itself does not make much sense for Carolina. So let's take a look here at the deal. The Hurricanes and the Red Wings. Carolina gets veteran goaltender Jonathan Bernier, who I do like a lot. He is a pending UFA, but this will now give Carolina a chance to sign him before free agency starts next Wednesday. And a third-round pick for Alex Nedeljkovic, who is a 25-year-old goaltender who had a .932 save percentage this past season. And Detroit has already signed him to an extension. He was an RFA. They already signed him to a 2-year deal worth $3 million per season. So right out of the gate, I mean, this seems like a phenomenal move for the Detroit Red Wings. Nedeljkovic had an incredible season this past year. Put up great numbers in his first real NHL season where he was a regular in the top league and you know, starting a good number of games. I don't understand what Carolina is doing here unless there's another move down the line involving goaltending. But listen, I like Jonathan Bernier. He was actually a guy I wanted the Bruins to be in on as kind of a veteran 1B type guy. This offseason, if he hit unrestricted free agency, doesn't look like he's going to now that he's been traded to Carolina and will probably be signing there. But Bernier is 32, and he has played well the past couple years, despite playing on a really, really bad Red Wings team. He himself has actually played fairly well over the past couple years, and I think Carolina is obviously a much better team in front of him, and I think he's gonna do fine in Carolina. I just don't understand why they're giving up a 25-year-old who looks like he could become a long-term starting goaltender in the NHL for a 32-year-old guy who's always been kind of a career 1B type guy. That doesn't make much sense to me. And then the initial reports were saying it might have been something about money and not wanting to pay Nedeljkovic what he was asking. Nedeljkovic just signed for $3 million a year. You're meaning to tell me that you can't pay a 25-year-old up-and-coming goaltender $3 million per season? I am at a loss with this trade as to why Carolina would do this. The only thing I can think of is that they are working on something else involving goaltending, and this was opening up something for that, but I really don't know. I love it for the Red Wings. Obviously, Nedeljkovic has a lot of upside potential, still young, just kind of finding his footing in the NHL. He could eventually become the long-term starter with Detroit, possibly. That would not shock me if he has a really good couple of seasons and Detroit just keeps him on as their long-term starting goaltender. That would not surprise me at all. I am surprised that Carolina did this. I'm not really sure what the point is here for them, unless they have something else in the works. Because at face value, like just looking at this trade, it really doesn't make any sense for the Carolina Hurricanes. So I would have to imagine that they've got some other plan down the line, and getting rid of Nedeljkovic was opening up a spot for somebody, I guess. And then maybe Bernier's going to be the backup, and they're going to let Mrazek and Reimer walk. And then they're going to have some sort of other deal in place for a starter, and then Bernier's the backup. That's the only thing I can think of that really makes sense here for Carolina. other than that, this is a head scratcher. But Detroit gets a really good young goaltender here, and I really, really like this move a lot for the Red Wings. For Carolina, we're going to have to see what happens down the line, but I got to imagine this is a precursor for something, because if it's not, this is not a good move for the Hurricanes if it's not a precursor for something else. So we'll see what happens, but that's one of the first trades that's dropped here since the roster freeze has been lifted. So with that, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon merchandise store, donation link, and memberships are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.